Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Hope you're all well. Welcome especially to our new subscribers. You're very welcome along. And I want to show you all something that we've just finished today. Well, almost finished. I'll tell you why in a minute. This is the Carpenter that we showed you before we were going to do. Right, he's finished. Toolbox and plank complete. Okay, he has one of those little set squares in his pocket. He has his toolbox, which is going to have a saw tomorrow. We're going to make a saw for him. He has his plank and his boots, including all the shoelaces and all the little marks in the folds of his clothes. And in his pocket here, he's got a ruler and a pencil there, a screwdriver in that pocket. I've tried to make nice shadows everywhere to make more accents and tiny little dots for the threads on the sewing, and his brass buttons on his top, and his little kerchief, his neck kerchief, and his teeth as he's smiling, and his eyes under there. You can't really see it very well. Very plain and simple. And then of course his luminous hard hat. So he's completed except for getting a saw tomorrow. So we'll make him a saw tomorrow and paint that up, and he'll be ready to go to the shop. And then after him, to follow one more of the trades, there will be a butcher, and that's what it looks so far. It doesn't look like much, but remember this now, and then I'll show you when he's done. It'll be a butcher. I think this guy is going to be a plumber, and this guy is going to be an electrician. He's already started and on his way. So those are the three that we have. Mainly orders. The butcher's definitely an order. So we'll see how he gets finished, and I'll show you what he looks like when he finished. This is another order. A tortoise. This is just starting. Ready to go. And they're all on lime wood. So this will be really interesting, sorting him out and doing that. So yep, that's the crafts being done today. So today I think is the last day I'll have been able to do crafts for the rest of the week, all spoken for. Before I go though, I just wanted to show you, I had a delivery this on Saturday for the seeds that I ordered, because I wanted some new thits that I haven't got in my collection that I wanted to try. Usually we grow corn every year, but I thought this year, instead of growing corn on its own, we'll just grow the glass gem one that has lots of different colors on the cob. And this is for popcorn, so we're growing our own popcorn. Good one. I like that one, so we'll have a go at that one. That's an experiment. Another experiment, I did grow some quinoa before, but it didn't grow that well, so I'm hoping that with bought seed that's specifically grown, I would have more success this year, just because I want to be able to grow some that I think will go in the front garden, because it would need quite a bit of space, I think. So I'll treat that a bit more. It's a bit more like a spinach really, in size and height, or a chard, but it looked more, when I grew it before, the plant resembled more a what was it, Good King Henry type and size of plant. So that will be interesting. They'll go in the front garden somehow. I'll put them in there. Then I have two different types of peas. I've got tall giant sugar snap, mange 2 actually. I wanted the tall climbing ones because of a lack of space. Peas you need a lot of space for in the garden, and I don't have much space. So if you don't have much space, the best thing to do is grow upwards on trellises or canes or whatever. So I've got a giant sugar pea, which is a mange 2 one, the bijou, and then I've got Champion of England tall climbing pea. I used to grow the Victorian climbing peas, but they went very quick. It was a very quick period of time where they go from perfect to too far gone, when they're just too hard and starchy to use nice and fresh. But they again are a tall climbing one. So again, I'm going to grow those for normal peas and for the Manche 2 type. The problem is one has to go in the front garden and one in the back garden because they're both peas, and if I grow them together in the same garden, part of the garden, they will cross-pollinate. So if I want to save seed, I'll need to, you know, seed that comes true, I'm going to have to keep them separate. So one will go in the front garden and one in the back. The Manche 2 one I'll put in the front because I think that's more, that looks more ornamental, and it's really pretty. It says here, truly remarkable edible podded pea with huge flattened green pods. This is the result of our project to reintroduce a traditional giant sugar pea as grown in the 1800s. So that's a heritage one. An old variety for the tall climbing one is an old variety collected by Robert Woodbridge, grandfather, in 1940 from a manor garden in Pickworth, Lincolnshire, kept alive by his grandmother and passed to us in 2007. So that's a nice heritage one as well. So we're keeping them alive and viable, and I will grow and keep more seeds. So that's the seeds I received, and from the Real Seed Company they sent instructions with as well. Not that we need them, but it's nice that they send instructions with in your order specifically to your order. So that is really good. So we'll grow them and see how they go. And what I've been taking out and having a go through again, just to remind myself, are two books of my favorite. Two of my favorite. I have a whole shelf. I've shown you before my entire shelf full of books. How to Grow Perennial Vegetables by Martin Crawford and How to Grow Winter Vegetables by Charles Dowding. Those two I love to recap and read on, and Charles Dowding's one I just got last year. So this is the first year that I'm going to be concentrating not just on growing what we need through the spring and the summer and autumn, but also to grow through the winter. And some of the things we need to grow through the winter for winter harvests need to be started much earlier in the year. So that's why I'm checking up and reminding myself now which ones it is that I need to get going when, because I decide then what vegetables I want to grow, because I'm only going to grow what we like, not everything. You know, we all have our own tastes. So I'll go through it and remind myself. And he has a nice timetable in here. I can't remember which one. There, a timetable of what if you want to harvest at a certain time, sowing period, harvest period, and storage, a period of storage, how long they store for. And so it's a really good one because it tells you if you want to harvest at that time of the year, you need to sow it at that time of the year. And it's a good one because it's got it all in alphabetical order, the vegetables, and then the dates to sow and the dates to harvest, or the periods of which to harvest, and how long they keep for. So it helps you to figure out what you're going to grow to cover the periods that, you know, don't last so long. And I will also dehydrate and freeze some things as well. So there you go. That's what I'll be doing in the next few weeks as well. There's lots going on for us, lots of babysitting, lots of planning, lots of crafting, and backing and toing and froing with a few little projects I'm doing. I was going to go to the school garden on Friday, but the weather forecast is really pathetic. And considering it's making paths in the school garden that I need to be getting on with, it's a messy, muddy job, and it's going to be too wet and dangerous to be doing that. So I am going to, pardon me, I'm going to give that one a skip for this week, but I'll make sure I start delivering some compost and stuff that I need for this. So I'll go get compost and leave it at the school. And this is then obviously what I'll be focusing on for the next couple of weeks, in between all the running around, crafting and gardening and the family, as per usual. I also want to, as soon as I get a chance, every moment that I get, I will start clearing out again one little cupboard at a time, even if it's just one little cupboard or one little drawer in a whole week, because I really, really desperately want to get stuck into sorting out this house and clearing out and thinning out a lot of stuff. So yep, that's my plans for the last few years still set in place and carrying on as usual. So there you are. I just wanted to leave you with that update. Oh, excuse me, still dry throat, heating's on. And I hope you all have a lovely evening. Thank you so much to everybody for your support and for sharing videos and for liking and subscribing and commenting. It really is a good support. And I just wanted you to know that. I really appreciate you all. Have a lovely evening for what's left of it. You probably will only see this in the morning, so it'll be have a lovely day. And I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.